Well, hello friend, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to begin a new series called Let's Read an Ebook Together. Or maybe we'll call it YouTube Audio Edition, or something to do with audiovisual books. I don't know, just read the description. Whatever it says, that's what we're calling it. But today we're going to begin this series with a book called Amusement. Well, what is amusement and what does it mean? Well, I hope you know what the word amusement means because it's in the dictionary, and if you have a dictionary you can look it up. But this book is a novelette or a short story, depending on whether you read the in-text or the cover. Either way, it's short. This story is going to be a beautiful story about people who redeem themselves through, we'll call it business professionalism with a slight tinge of sociopathy, but that's okay. We'll get there. So, this version of the audiobook, or this version of the ebook, which we will make into an audiobook, is here for your enjoyment. But before we begin the enjoyment, I do want to just kind of give over a few basics, what you can expect from the story. Well, like I said, it's short. It's only 7 chapters. This version that we were reading is based on the ebook version, which you can find on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, or any of the retailers that you particularly enjoy. If you decide that you want the ebook version for yourself, you are more than welcome to go out and get it. It is free in most locations except for Amazon. And why is it not free to Amazon? Well, because I, the author, may not set my price for $1 or for free. It has to be $1 or more because that's Amazon's standard practice. Does not mean that you can't get it free at Amazon because sometimes they price match, but that is up to you to figure out. If you want to take the chance, go ahead and get it, but why would you even buy it? Because you're going to listen to it here on YouTube. And you're going to have all the text. It's going to be a beautiful experience. Why would you possibly want something that you have to go out and spend extra money for and put it on an e-reader and, not have sound? Like, why would you do such a thing? Well, support, maybe, or, if you want to get something out of it, you have all these extra little pieces that I'm not going to be reading on YouTube. Things like, again, the deleted scene. What are you not reading that used to be here? Well, it's in the deleted scene. Are we going to see that on YouTube? No. What about our author's note? Do you want to know more information about the story? If so, you want the book. How about the readers group discussion questions? Well, readers groups, they always go for the classics like To Kill a Mockingbird or Catcher in the Rye or The Goldfinch, which I hear is a movie coming out this month. Or, something that J.K. Rowling wrote. That's all good. Are you going to have a reader's list for Amusement? I doubt it. But should you? Yes, because this is the kind of story that makes you think. It has a lot of questions involved, like, what just happened? WTF? And, So don't you want to ask those questions in your reader group? Then you should get a copy of the book for yourself. Get your friends to get a copy. Sit around a table with some crackers and cheese, talk about it, and it'll be a great experience. But if you don't want to care about all that, you just want the story, well, fine. Don't get the book. It's all good. You have it here on YouTube. So, how do you use this program? Well, first of all, I'm going to be posting every chapter every day until it's done. There's 7 chapters. The first chapter will immediately follow the legal information that you are listening to right now, and hopefully you didn't click away yet. If you had clicked away, then you missed out on all the good stuff. But hopefully you have not yet clicked away, so stick with me, because it's going to get even more exciting, as soon as I go into all the copyright and legalese. Legalese is something we have to have, but we'll get there. So, if you stick around, you'll get to have the entire experience of a beginning to end with Chapter 1 today and Chapter 7 a week from now. Now, if you are a Netflix user and you like the concept of binging material, well, that's fine. Binge it. Come back next week. It'll all be online and it'll be in a playlist and you can check it out and just hit play and go do what you're going to do and you can listen into all the insanity and it'll be amazing. But if you are the kind of person who likes to be on suspense, like a soap opera or, I don't know, maybe WWF wrestling, e-wrestling. If you are the kind of person who wants to watch it chapter today and be like, I'm in suspense, and you have to come back tomorrow, well then great. Do that. It's all good. But you decide how you want to read this. So just a couple other little notes I want to pass along. If you saw my previous video on the Amazon page, you saw what this is about. If you forgot, it's about a man who has to go through an amusement park and crazy stuff happens and he must basically reconcile his past And again, you'll see it. There's a little bit of a conflict between him and we'll call it the Mickey Mouse of the amusement park, if you want to call it that. It's all good. It's categorized as a psychological thriller. It's also a bit literary. It's pretty funny. So it's not scary. I don't want you, if you hear the word thriller and you hear like, oh no, I can't, my teeth are going to chatter. I don't like to be scared. It's not a scary book. Don't worry. It's just a little weird and maybe a little creepy here and there. But it's mostly just, it's nostalgia. We'll call it, if you've ever grown up with Bugs Bunny, then you'll feel right at home with this story. How about that? Maybe a little bit of The Simpsons. Any cartoon you've seen, you can probably relate to it in some way. Anyhow, let's go on to the excitingly boring legal information. Stick with me though, because it's important, because legal information is what makes this book possible. Okay? I know you're going to skip it though, so it'll be in the description too. So, but bear with me. I'm going to make it fun. Or not, I don't know. We'll see. And now for the amusement legal information. Information that includes copyright, all rights reserved, and a bunch of other stuff that's important to know that's in the license agreement. Why should you hear all this? Well, because this is the information required to know how to use this book, the way that you might respect me, the author, and also be a respectful reader. Therefore, this is important. It's also important for the transcript, because the transcript will cover all the words that we've covered, whereas in the description I could just copy-paste this and let that be the law. Which I'll probably do anyway, because that would be wise. And because I know you're probably not listening to this part, because I know I probably wouldn't myself, because I'm a human being, and human beings don't like law or legalism. We like law. We like law that's, supports us. But this kind of legalism, we don't like it, because it's too limiting. I get it. But it's still legal information, and I must go through and express it all so that you understand what this book is and what the requirements are for reading it, which is to basically don't copy it and don't submit it without the author's permission. That's about it. Anyway, we're going to go through all the basics. Copyright 2015 to 2019 by Jeremy Bursey. Why 2015? Well, because there are other versions of this book that have been produced, and 2019 is the most recent version of that book. The versions are not that different, but they are different a little bit. They are stylistically different, and it might have a different opening. It's all good. Don't worry about it. 2019 is the official copyright for this edition of the book. All rights reserved. Well, what does that mean? It means that I, the author, have the right to do whatever I want with this book, but you, the reader, have the right only to read it and maybe to tell your friends about it. And if you're a reviewer, maybe you can, do some samples somewhere. On YouTube, there's nothing to copy, but there's a transcript, and the transcript must have the legal information in there. So I am still reading it as if this is, a print book. But that's okay. We'll move on. zippywings.wordpress.com. Well, what is that? Well, that is my website where I have all of my blog information and I have all my contact information. If you really need to get a hold of me for any reason, that's the best place to do it. The Google version, or the name of the blog, is Drinking Cafe Latte at 1 p.m. Again, Drinking Cafe Latte at 1 p.m. Why is it called that? A long story, but it's on the blog. You can check it out for yourself if you wish to go there and read. And I encourage reading. Reading is a beautiful thing. You learn a lot about the world, and about the people through reading, and there's stuff to read on Drinking Cafe Latte at 1 p.m. But that is my blog, and that is my contact information, and if you want more information, you should go there. Not right now, though, because you have a video to watch. ebook edition 1.1. Why 1.1? Because it's not 1.0. 1.0 was the 2015 edition. 1.1 is this edition. This edition, again, is a slightly more updated version of the story with a little bit more excitement, and, it's just a better version. ISBN information. Okay, I know this part will be boring, but I'm going to race through the numbers, but essentially these are the catalog information for they're called identification numbers. The various places will use these numbers to identify this book, Amusement, as belonging to them. So ISBN 978-139-372-1253. ISBN 978-131-1070029. That, my friends, is the Smashwords edition, which is the edition that Barnes & Noble, Kobo, and and Apple iBooks have. Thank you very much. There's a couple of libraries, and then there's a subscription site called Scribd has that too. The one before it is the drafted digital version. I don't even know what they are. I think it's Blio is one. I don't care. Playster, whatever. ASIN B019SXRRG4. Well, what is that? That is the Amazon edition. Amazon doesn't do ISBN because Amazon is special. Amazon is the king of unique by being the black hole of all commerce. And therefore they have their own ASIN, which is an identification number for their books. And this ASIN is for Amusement, a short story or a novelette, whatever you want to call it, by Jeremy Bursey, again, me. License notes. Now these are both applicable to the transcript and the regular ebook. As far as listening, the second and third paragraph are more important than the first. But if you do have a written copy of this book, well then the first paragraph applies. So pay attention. This is important. This is what we call the legal information. This is the stuff that gives you the right to read the book, but not to make it your own. More on that in a moment. This ebook is licensed for your personal enjoyment only. This ebook may not be resold or given away to other people. If you would like to share this book with another person, please purchase an additional copy for each recipient. If you are reading this book and did not purchase it, or it was not purchased for your use only, then please return your favorite ebook retailer and purchase your own copy. Thank you for respecting the hard work of this author. This is a work of fiction. Names, characters, businesses, places, events, and incidences are either the products of the author's imagination or used in a fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. No part of this text may be reproduced in any other work without giving credit to the author, again me. No part of this text may be used for commercial purposes, except by reviewers or critics, without the author's permission. The complete text is intended for personal use only and may not be used for commercial purposes or duplicated in any other form for purposes other than personal, non-commercial use or posted to any other site without the author's permission. Therefore, the too long and didn't read version, which is crazy because you've already gotten through the whole thing, so you've already read it, so joke's on you. Yes, it's too long, but you read it, so ha 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 ha! Unless you're skipping to the end and you skipped all that. Don't copy the book. But if you review it, feel free to take snippets of it. It's fine. Contact me if you need to share it with anybody. But it doesn't matter because it's free in most places. So, what do you need to contact me for? I don't know. Alright, those are legal information stuff. We're going to move on to the actual book now. I hope that you stuck around. I hope I didn't drive you crazy with stupid legalese. And hope you understand why we had to go through it. Alright, that's enough of me. Let's enjoy the book. Amusement, a short story, or novelette by Jeremy Bursey, the wacko you're listening to right now. Thank you very much.